Hi guys, in this video I'd like to introduce my first version of Bitcoin bots, specifically Btcusd for CFD markets. So first of all, I'd like to talk about a bit about the bot objectives. So the current version of the bot is actually gives between 1% and 4% monthly returns. And it sounds not very much, but I'm still working on next versions to achieve 10% monthly returns, and most importantly with a maximal drawdown below 5%. So the bot is actually can be run on cash account as well as profit accounts. So this is the key feature of the bot is actually is able to run on profit accounts to pass the profit challenges, and you can run the bot on funded accounts as well. Okay, so this is actually the added value on the bot, besides running the bot on cash accounts. Now, the next thing I'd like to talk about is Maximal daily equity drawdown. So this is actually a very important feature of the bot. The purpose is actually to protect your profit accounts. So let's take a look, right? So when you attach the bot to the chart, all right, so let's check out the input. All right, so this is a very important feature of the bot, which is max daily drawdown percent to protect profit account. So when the daily equity actually reaches drawdown 4%, the bot will automatically close all open position and stop trading on that day. So if we start trading again on next day, so this feature actually used to protect profit accounts. For cash accounts, no problem. You can enter any percentage of drawdown you want. So for most people, like cash account, can tolerate 10%. All right, I'll talk about more about this later on. Let's get back to the objectives. Next feature is actually you are able to scale up or down lot size, and to balance between monthly return and maximum drawdown. The strategy behind the bot is actually very simple, straightforward, no risk, no martingale. It opens one trade at a time. So let's dive in, the fun part, which is to set up and run a couple of back tests and to see how the bot performs. So open your empty file. So right, and I booked down the download link below the video for you to download the box and also the indicator. So click on the link below the video to download the box itself. So in this case, the demo version of the Bitcoin, and also indicator support and resistance indicator. All right, so having downloaded the box, you got to copy the files in your empty file folders. So you go to file, open data folder. Empty all file, exports. So you copy the box itself into this folder. You don't need to create a subfolder if you don't want. So for my case, it's actually because I'm working on many boxes, so I got to create subfolders, but it's not important. So next thing is you got to copy the indicator support resistance indicator in your empty file indicators folder. So get back to your empty file. So open data folder. Go to empty file and indicators. So copy the TimVinh underscore SR indicator here. All right, everything so far so good. So Now, so one more thing, for live trading versions, you got to do this task. Okay, go to tools, go to options, expert advisors, and tick allow web request for listed URL, and you got to enter this website. Okay, so this is actually for the bot to verify your license. For live trading version, for demo, you don't need to do this, but it's just a reminder. So if in case you rent or purchase the bot for me. All right, so now before you run any back test, so first thing you need to do is that you got to attach the bot to Btcusd charts for the bot to create news release file. So you attach the bot to the chart first. So if you look at the toolbox, and you see actually the box creates the backtest news release file. So essentially, the box is actually trying to avoid trading during the high impact news releases. So if you want to, if you are curious about where the file located, you go to File, open data folder. So you delete everything up to terminal. So go to common folder, files. So in this folder you see backtest news release files, for example US news. So if you are curious, you can open the files and you see what's the content there. So you can see the news, okay, stored in this file. All right, so let's get back to here. All right, so before you do backtest, remember to attach the box to the chart first. Now we're going to do a couple of backtests. So go to strategy tester. All right, so I want to clear up this one. All right, so let's say, okay, for experts, you got to select demo in this case. For demonstrations, the symbol, you got to select the Btcusd. If you cannot find the symbol here, so you got to enable it, okay, by go to view, go to symbol, and look for Btcusd, right? So if it's enable and you see it highlighted here, otherwise you got to double click on it to enable the symbol to appear in the market watch, okay. Days, so got to select a custom periods. So I want to test, let's say from April, 1st of April, 2 days. Today is 17th of May. Now the time frame is recommended to select N5, but actually it doesn't matter. You can select any time frame. So the bot is able to detect which time frame to trace on. All right, so delays. Yeah, just use random delay. You might choose, you know, different delays, up to you, but it's not too much. Okay. Modeling, I recommend that you use a 1 minute OJS LC for faster backtest run. Actually, you can select every tick, but it's unnecessary because the strategy behind the box actually uses open and close prices for analysis. So no need to select every tick, waste your time. Profit, I recommend to tick this one, okay, for faster run. Deposits, just hire in whatever you want. All right, leverage, standard 100x. Now click on inputs tab, right, and you got to a couple of inputs. So lot size, so you can scale up or down lot size here. So by default, this is the default setting for platform. Now when you run the bot on platforms, I recommend to be conservative. So in the first week, you might run half the size of default setting. Okay, So in the first week, you might run half of this default setting here. For example, I set here 0.01 lots per 10k. So if you have, it should be 20k. All right. So this is for profile accounts only. Now for cash account, it's up to you. You can run backtest and you can fill in a drawdown and you can adjust the lot size accordingly. Now max daily drawdown percent against this default setting is for profile. For cash account, you can put in any percentage you want. All right, so so far so good. So let's run first April up to date, see what happens. Okay, well, so what you see is actually the bot is reading news releases to avoid trading during high impact news releases. All right, see no trade so far. Now for this first versions, trades are not very frequent. Okay, so this one first version is actually for you to see the capability of the box. What can it do? It can do to pass the perform challenges as well as to generate income for cash accounts. For next versions, you will see more trades frequently almost on the daily basis. All right, so be patient. Designing and testing Bitcoin's bot is very challenging. Bitcoin is actually very volatile compared to other pairs like gold, US30, etc. So it's really challenging work for me. Yeah, I'm very happy to release these versions to see the box capabilities. Okay, so we have a couple trades here. So the return is actually in April. We got about 2%, and not too bad, right? But the most important thing is drawdown must be kept below 5%. So let's run to the ends, and we can see the stats. All right, let's go back to here. Now,
discover
all right.
a simple yet brilliant hack to cool your.
Now, while we're waiting for the backtest finish, I like to talk a little bit my offering. So actually, there are 4 options you can choose. You can rent the box for $45 US for the first month to test for yourselves. So most people actually are really concerned about backtest results versus live trading result. So so I like to say that the backtest result is not much different to live trading results, as proven in my previous box US30 and gold. So you can check out live trading result from gold and US30 in my previous videos, and you can see not much difference between the backtest result and live trading results. So many people actually concerned about this, but yeah, to test for yourself, okay, and to take the first risk of $45 US to run on live accounts, yeah, to see for yourself. All right, so okay, so let's check out the result backtest. So we got return about 2%, and the most important metric is max drawdown. In this case, less than 1%, which is far below 4%. We set up here. So in this case, right, in this case, you might double lot size to provide, double return, which is about 5%, and max drawdown is about 1.9%, less than 2%. Let's do it, right? I want to double lot size in this case, okay. So run again to see what happens. Now you can run the back test starting from January 2024 to date. So this is how the equity looks like. So it's a very smooth. Yes, I want to say, designing this kind of box is very challenging, especially for Bitcoin, because a Bitcoin is a very volatile, as I said before, extremely volatile. So very hard to manage the drawdown. Okay, so it takes me a lot of time and efforts to manage the drawdown. Now, for making money to generate incomes from cash account, no problem. Okay, but managing drawdown below 5% is extremely challenging. Okay, yeah, you look at equity lines like this, but actually behind it, a lot of work involved. All right, so let's get back to the back test here. So I double the lot size, and you see it returns the double for April. Now with in April, so the return about 4%. All right. So in next versions, I try to have more trades frequently. So I think it's almost on the daily basis. So the goal is actually to achieve at least 10% monthly returns, but the drawdown is to get below 5%. So this is the end goal. All right, for every box I book up on my YouTube channel. So the end goal is 10% monthly returns. Okay. All right, so nearly finished. Yeah. So let's get back to talk a little bit my offerings. You can rent a box for $45 for the first month. So this is the risk you take to see how the box trades on live accounts. And after that, you might continue to rent or purchase. So this is the license, one-time purchase license. It costs about over $800 for lifetime versions, and you can pay them in 3 installments, 1 month apart from each other. All right. So if you are quite busy, you don't want to get involved more technical setups, complicated things, you might let me to manage your account and we can share profits. Okay. The next option is private licensing or white labeling. Some people or some firms like to do this. So let's say contact me for negotiations. I'm able to customize the box specifically to your needs. Okay. So let's get back to the back test. So in this case, you see the drawdown is a double 1.67%, still below 2%, but the return is 5%. All right, that's better. Let's do the back test for March. Right? So March. So the end day it should be April 1st. April. So run it. All right. So no try so far. So this is just the first version of the box. For next version, you will see more tries. So hence higher returns. But max drawdown is always kept below 5%. So that's the objective, right? Okay, we have a couple of trades in March here. Not so many trades. The reason is actually the strategy behind the box is actually goes for very high quality entries and exit. The maximum drawdown is below 5%, which is very hard, guys. It's not easy. Okay, it's not easy job at all. All right, let the backtest finish. Okay, next week I will release the box for other pairs like Euro USD, okay, Sterling Pound USD, etc. So basically there are 28 forex box and hundreds of crypto box. All right, so we have the backtest here, and you see the return in March is about 2%, and max drawdown is actually less than 1%, and you can double the lot size to give higher return, but max drawdown also double. All right, so just download the box and test for yourself. Right now, okay, so I'd like to talk about this a little bit. Okay, now probably next week or the week after, I will release a version for trading Bitcoin directly on crypto exchanges like Binance. So many people actually ask me to deliver the versions that actually they can trade directly on Binance exchange. Right. So this is a very interesting proposal. So I will do it. Okay, in next 2 weeks. All right. So what else can I do? So I think that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.